Hello YouTube and welcome back to the channel. It's your girl Breezy Bree bringing you week 2 of the IDL. This week we go against Reggie, and during this fight I was live streaming. If some of you were there for Saturday last week, you guys know that I tried to live stream some of it and then I ended up not. There is a bit of stall in this battle, and like I said, I was trying to get through it so fast that sometimes I should have stalled and I didn't because I just wanted to be done with the match. But this week we brought the Suicune, Tapu Koko, Venusaur, Confagrius, the Ninetales, and Ambipom. He brought Kartana, Manphy, Scolipede, Weavile, Hawlucha, and Komala. So let's go get right into battle. I went in straight for Ambipom. Ambipom's a great lead, fake out, everything. So we're just gonna go for fake out here. He leads with the Weavile. He knows that he cannot take a fake out from us, it will just do too much, so he takes back the Weavile, comes in with this Scolipede. Now I go ahead and, like I said, go for fake out because of the damage, and look at that damage on Ambi. It's great. So then we did have a life orb on Ambi, so I'm gonna go out for Ninetales because that's our best bet. Get the stun up, you know, weaken some stuff. He's gonna go for protect, which it fails because there's nothing to protect on. He's gonna go for protect again. Wanting the speed, especially to outspeed this Choice Scarf Ninetales. I'm just gonna go for Fire Blast because no matter what, I mean, even if he didn't protect, it was lots of damage. So then he's gonna go for Earthquake next turn because of course it pretty much brings me down to 12%. But I'm gonna go for Fire Blast here and take out the Scolipede. So at this point I'm thinking, okay, we're doing pretty good. Like, this is going to be an easy battle for me. Not going to be hard. So he's going to go out to Kartana. Now, Kartana's a problem. I knew Kartana building for it was going to. He's going to go for Psycho Cut, and I just, at this point, there was no sense in having the Ninetales. It really didn't do any work against anything else, except for the Weavile, so I let it go. I bring out the Confagrius Widowmaker, because Widowmaker is actually good against the Beasts. Now this is where I'm a little confused because I thought no matter what you touch with Komala, you would get the Mummy over, but I go for knockoff at one point and it doesn't connect. Or no, maybe it's on the Manphy. Yeah, it's on the Manphy. I hit knockoff. It doesn't get Mummy or anything. It just keeps its regular ability. So maybe it's when they contact you, I guess. So I'm going to withdraw because Confagrius we want to keep him around. It's, you know, pretty much for that Kartana. We're going to go out to Coco. Coco's probably the best against this Manphy. He's going to go for sub. I'm going to go for Thunderbolt. Take out that sub. We're a Life Orb set, I believe, on the Chicken Little. He's going to go for Surf, which does a lot. And we're going to go ahead and, I believe we just go for Thunderbolt here. Yeah, Thunderbolt brings down the sash for the Hawlucha, which is fine. And I know next round, no matter what, no one wants to take an Acrobatics on anything except for Confagrius. So go out to Confagrius again. And he's going to go for Acrobatics. And he's going to get Mummy, which is nice. Get rid of that Unburden for us. And we take it pretty much like a champ. So Widow's here to do the work. He's going to go for Acrobatics again, and that brings us to about 53%, which is nice. And we're just going to go for knockoff, because if he switched or anything, we're going to get a knockoff on Amon. So 2 Pokemon down, thinking we're good. I'm going to cross my fingers, we're playing the right plays, everything like that. So, out comes a Manphy, and again, I want to keep Confagrius around as long as possible, especially for that Kartana. Gonna go out to Suicune. Now Suicune kind of walls Manphy. Not the best, but kind of the best. He's gonna go for sub, and I believe that on the start of next turn he's gonna go for Tail Glow. I'm gonna go for Skull just to get rid of the sub, but it doesn't phase the sub. It takes it pretty well, which I kind of knew, but oh well. We're gonna bring back Suicune because we do need Suicune in the end. Go out for Tapu Koko. We're just gonna go ahead and he's gonna Tail Glow, and I believe next round I go for the Thunderbolt, get rid of the sub, and he's gonna go for Surf, I believe, yeah, and knock us out. So kind of wanted just to get rid of the sub. Now whatever comes in just needs to outspeed Manphy to take Manphy out. Now of course Ambicom is my lead of speed, so I'm just gonna go for fake out. Of course it's gonna flinch. We don't have to deal with it. And he's going to live on 30%. Now we're just going to go for knockoff and knock it out. 3 mons down. Now I'm like, okay, we're doing pretty well. 3 mons are out. And the last is the Weavile, the Katana, and the Kamala. Now this is where stuff starts to get annoying. So I'm going to pull back Ambi because Ambi can't do anything against this Katana. I'm going to go out to Venusaur because Venusaur at this point, well, I think we're just thinking it's going to go for Leaf Blade. Which it does. And we can eat up hits from it. I mean, we can eat up hits for days. Venusaur can't really do anything. So at this point, he's going to pull out the Weavile. I'm just going to go for, at this point, I think I pull back. Nope, I go for Sludge Bomb. It does about 50% and poisons the Weavile. So we're looking pretty good. We're at 95% with Venusaur, so I'm like, okay, we can definitely, you know, do some work. So I'm going to pull back Venusaur because, of course, it's not going to stay in on Weavile. I'm going to go out to Suicune because it take the best hit of an Icicle Crash. And, of course, here comes the Icicle Crash. And here I'm sitting, okay, so what do we do now? Is he going to let the Weavile stay in, or is he going to pull the Weavile out? He's going to stay in and knock us off, which sucks because it takes our leftovers. But I believe I just go for Scold at this point and knock the Weavile out. So, again, we're sitting pretty with our 4 Pokemon against his 2. Now, Cortana comes out. And Cortana is like the check to all these last Pokemon I have. We're going to go after Venusaur because, of course, it's going to go for Psycho Cut. We knew that, but nothing else can take this hit except for Venusaur. So we know this is a Scarfed, I think, Cortana at this point. I think, yes, it's a Scarfed Cortana. And there's Psycho Cut on our Confagrius. And I'm sitting here like, okay, wait a second, Psycho Cut. Psycho Cut must be like not physical because he didn't touch us. So he still has Beast Boost. And here's a Kamala. And I believe, yeah, we went for Willow because if the Cortana stayed in, it would have done it. I did in the end think, you know, I should have went for knockoff there because we could have knocked off this freaking Kamala. So I'll go back into Venusaur and he's going to bulk up with this Kamala. And at this point, it's just predicting. Like, I just have to predict when the right mon's going to come in or when the right move's going. So we're going to Giga. It doesn't do enough. But we do get some of that health back, so that's really nice. He's going to go for a return, and it knocks us out. So at this point, I'm just sitting here like, oh, Jesus. Here we go. This Cortana and this Kamala together was the worst. So I go out to Suicune, because Suicune right now can eat hits for days. But also, I double out because I think he's going to go into Cortana here. But he just bulks up. Because at this point he knows if he gets enough bulk ups and he stalls me enough that I'm going to have no mons. Because he's just going to hit me. So he's going to Wish. Probably hoping that, you know, that somehow I'm going to hit him. But I go for Haze here because this is the one move that I wanted on Confagrius because it can do that, you know, nice and Haze and get rid of the statuses. So I go ahead and go for knock off this turn, knock off his leftovers, and it's pretty great here. Now, like I said, this is just stall at this point. It's really figuring out who and when and what he's gonna do. And like I said, it's just stall, a big stall fest. Sorry, I'm opening a Popsy. That's how boring it is. So I go for Will again, thinking that he's gonna come into the Cortana, but he doesn't. And he's at 100% and I'm at 85%, so I've got enough life left. He goes through the Rapid Spin because he knows he can't outstall me in knockoffs and everything that I have. Unfortunately, this is where it comes to, like I just said, stall. He's gonna go for bulk up again. I'm just gonna go for Haze, or I go for knockoff this turn. It does even less than it did before. He's gonna go for, I believe, Rapid Spin again because I'm immune. He's trying to just, like I said, stall out. Go for Haze, reset his stuff. Leave. He goes for another bulk up here, or Wish. One of the two. Rapid Spin. Like I said, I've never understood stall as a battler. I understand why you would want to stall to win, but stalling is not my way of a Pokemon battle, I guess. And this is where I get annoyed. So I go into Suicune, I'm like, whatever, we're just gonna go for what we can. He's gonna go for Wish. I'm just gonna go for Scold first turn. Brings him down 29%, which sucks. He's gonna go for Bulk Up. The wish is gonna come true. It's gonna be back up to almost full health. Again, it's just protecting to figure out who we want. I'm gonna go for Scold, does 27%. He's gonna go for, I believe, Wish here. He can only eat up so many Scolds before it becomes a problem. And as you can see, it's taking its toll. Now the wish is gonna come true. And now he's at 76%. So, I mean, we could sit here and Scold back and forth, wish, blah, blah, blah. There's a crit. The crit kind of helps us, but it doesn't really, because now he's just going to, of course, wish. And he lives with 6%. So, it's just like, And then he's going to go for return here to get rid of this weekend. Because he's up enough and bulk up. So, now we didn't haste in time. So now I'm sitting here like, oh geez, what are we gonna do now? So I bring out Cofagrigus again because I'm just gonna try to stall him out. He's only got so many moves left that he can use. We're gonna reset his stats. He's gonna go, I believe, for Wish. Or nope, he's gonna go for Rapid Spin again. And I'm just gonna go for Knockoff. Does 11%. Like I said, it's not doing enough. And again, I'll pull out the Cofagrigus because I'm just done stalling at this point. We do live a hit from this Kamala, I believe, a return. And I go for Power Up Punch, trying to get the attack. And like I said, we outspeed, so we were good. We read there pretty well. But the problem is this Cortana. This Cortana takes us out. It's Scarf Cortana, so I mean, it outspeeds my Ambipom at this point. So I go out to Cofagrigus. We're at 100%. Goes for Leaf Blade. We do get rid of the base boost, so that's nice. But the problem is now we barely live some of the hits from this Cortana. Especially if he gets a crit on us. See? We're at 35% already. I believe we Willow. We tried to Willow to get rid of the chip damage. Which, right there, I should have went for Knockoff. We would have got rid of the Scarf, and we would have been fine. Again, we land the Willow. That's nice the second time. The Willow actually really did matter on this Cortana. Because we needed the burn to go ahead and get rid of the Cortana. Because the Knockoff did enough. Now Ambi comes in. And Ambi just doesn't outspeed. It just doesn't. And we go down to the Cortana. Unfortunately, on this one, we're either losing to hacks or misses, or RNG, which is really annoying on these guys. But shout out to my guy Reggie. He did a good job. Like I said, we just keep getting messed over. We're not getting 6-0'd or anything. We're right in step with everybody. We're almost winning, and then we get a miss or a flinch or something that's not in my control. But like I said, we did a good job for this battle, for this week. We're 0-2, which sucks. But we're gonna try to come back within these next couple of matches. This team that I built and I've kind of shaped is really nice. I love it. It definitely could put up the work. It just misses, I tell you. I hope you guys enjoyed this battle. I'll catch you guys next week in the next battle.